Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning on happy weekend. I'm glad. Anyway, it's Saturday, and normally I don't do a show on Saturday, but June 24th. But there's big time breaking news. There's an armed rebellion in Russia right now. The Wagner military force that's been fighting in Ukraine is head by this guy right here. His name's Prigozhin. And he has roughly 25,000 soldiers under his command in Ukraine. Well, they are invading certain cities within Russia near the border of Ukraine. This 25,000, and they're leading an armed insurrection against the Russian government. It's been described in a number of ways. I've heard coup. I've also heard words like let me see, words like anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like an armed insurrection. It's mutiny. Different words that they use for stuff like this, but it's directly against, and he's taken over a city, Rostov. Well, I shouldn't say taken it over, but he's there with his troops in Rostov, and a second city and Rostov is like over 1 million people. And he's threatening to march on Moscow. Now, this has created massive turmoil right now in Russia itself. And this is a very critical situation. How can I describe how critical this is? Because of the ongoing war with Ukraine that's been going on for a little while now, and now we have this situation where look at this article right behind my head here. It says the Russian latest, Putin soldiers might immediately surrender. It says, oh, I don't think that's going to happen. But let's just face it, what's really happening right now is that there's a massive turmoil occurring in Russia itself right now over leadership. It's a fight over leadership. And Prigozhin wants to take over command, I think. Anyway, it's just turmoil occurring. And so what's going to happen? What's going to be the result of all this? Well, we don't know. It's kind of up in the air right now. What it depends upon is how many people in Russia will join up. The big question mark, will people join up with Prigozhin? Or will they stay loyal to the Russian leadership that's in there right now? Well, we're going to have to see to get an answer to this question. We're going to have to wait and see which way this thing will swing in the upcoming day or 2 days or 3. We probably know in a couple days. We'll probably know how this thing's going to swing. But, the power of the Russian military is in the balance of how this thing swings. It could lead to a number. I could speculate on a few things here, that it could lead to a number of things happening. One thing, how will it impact the war in Ukraine? Depending on how this thing swings. So basically what's going on is a situation in Russia right now where there's instability, and there's some sort of a armed insurrection occurring that's taken over cities within Russia with 25,000 troops, Russian troops, that are in, basically it's the best way for me to describe it is like a coup attempt. We'll see which way this goes. And I don't think we're going to have to wait long, guys. So I'm going to really stay tuned on this situation. And from what I gather, the White House and the administration in the United States is staying really tuned in to what's going on here with this. They're very, very, very much paying a lot of attention with this. I'm going to pay a lot of attention to it because, I'm going to tell you guys, Russia has more nuclear weapons than any country on Earth. They have the most nuclear weapons of any country on Earth. They have more nuclear weapons than the United States has. More thermonuclear weapons. They've got over 6,000. Can you believe that? If you were to put a pin in 6,000 locations on the globe, it would just obliterate everything. But then, the United States and the Allied forces, the NATO forces, have almost as many. And what if all of those were to go off at once within a few hours, like in a total nuclear attack? It'd just blow the Earth to pieces. Very bad situation. That much power in a nuclear arsenal, and then we got craziness going on in Russia, turmoil of some sort or another, military coups, and gosh knows what. This is just like the balls are all up in the air right now. How are they going to land? We got to really keep our eye on what's happening right now in Russia. We got to keep our eye on what's happening too over here with our financial system. The balls are all up in the air with that right now too. And they're all going to fall. And how are they going to land? What are they going to do? Well, that's more predictable. The financial system's a bit more predictable than what's going on in Russia. What's going on in Russia is very unpredictable. It could lead to maybe some sort of situations that I can't predict. But what's going on in the financial system is more easy to predict. We got a depression coming. And it's coming in fast. Money's disappearing and the Fed's not going to relent until the depression is severe. And by the time they relent, it's too late. We're going to be dealing with a severe recession, a severe depression, depression. When it gets, do you know that, guys, the only difference between a recession and a depression is severity? And the problem is we are in a recession right now. And what they're calling a recession, they're saying, oh, we're going into a recession. That's a depression because of the severity of what it's going to be. We've never lived through actually a depression since the Great Depression. And its effects upon people's lives it's absolutely horrendous what the Fed's doing and what they're getting away with. They're creating this situation on purpose. Anyway, I'm starting to rant off a little bit. If nothing develops on this by Monday, I'll be just doing my regular show. If nothing develops on this, if this thing blows off, just blows away and it goes away, or if it develops into something much bigger, then I'll be here to keep you guys up to date on it. You guys have a great weekend. Nice and sunny out this weekend. It would be nice weekend for a barbecue or something like that. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a nice day, and have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll keep you updated on this situation as things develop. Bye-bye.